Okay, hi everyone. This video is more of a test to see how things work and if this format is gonna to be good for the next video I'm gonna do on this channel. So, the main topic of the video is Hearthstone and actually the weak points of the game. Not just how cards work, but more the experience of the player. So, I found mainly 3 points about the game that which I have an issue with. So, we're gonna talk mainly about them. First one, I think it's really important, but I don't hear many people talk about this issue, and it's account and interaction. Mainly, the biggest problem when I played Hearthstone, which I've played for almost more than a year now, it's that you feel kind of lonely. You feel like you are the only player against a bigger environment. You don't feel to play against other people or to have a real exchange with them. You just get into the standard mode, standard format, and there you play against your opponent. You normally silence him, you don't talk with him. When someone hurts you, he normally just wanna say bad things about you. That's fine. All competitive games work like this. It's not a real issue. It's just you're playing, you wanna win, it's fine. Nobody cares about that. But normally in card games, at least I'm used to interact with other people, to talk with them, think, oh, you've made this deck, why you choose that card? Why I have this card that you need? Do you want to exchange it? Maybe? And normally you found with other people or with your friends and you play together. It's not just a competitive climb to be the number one all the times. It's too stressful and you just care about yourself and the current game. You just wanna push and do better, go far, I don't know. It's something that I don't really like about this game. In fact, I was talking about exchanging cards, because I feel like it's a real core theme of every card games. While in Hearthstone, you are not allowed to do that. And exchanging with other players is something that it's pretty common nowadays. Even in Pokemon you are allowed to exchange the Pokemons. It's something that I feel really natural, something that doesn't work in Hearthstone. You are just buying packs and trying to find the legendary or the card that you need. You don't really feel joy when you find a legendary, because maybe it's the one that you don't need, and so it's just dust for you. While if exchanging cards was allowed, you will say, oh yeah, I have a friend, he needs that card for his new deck, but he has this card that I need, and so things are gonna work better, people can try more decks, and you want to make friends on the game so you can exchange cards, try new decks, and it's something that Blizzard is not pushing right now, and I don't understand really why. And so I think we can talk about the packs now. They cost 100 gold and they give you 5 cards, and every 40 packs you will find a legendary. And also, yeah, every 20 packs you are guaranteed to find I think 20 or 10, I don't remember, you are allowed to find an epic. And if you're not allowed to exchange cards, I don't think it's really good for the experience of players, because farming gold is not really fast in the game and you have to spend a lot of hours doing that, something kind of difficult. I've tried, but it's not easy. It's not so easy, at least. You can try with arena, but also there are issues about that format. And the other way is that people normally buy packs, especially when a new expansion comes out. And also, yeah, they try to make easier to purchase packs during events, but it's still really expensive. If you wanna find all the cards of an expansion, you have to buy at least with real money or gold, it's your choice, but at least 200 packs. Yeah, almost, if you're lucky. In fact, I've already heard many people talk about that the packs have to kind of change. There are too many cards now in the game. It's really difficult to find the cards and the dust to create the cards. So many people suggest to give more cards. Maybe it's an option, I don't know, maybe. But at least packs should give you more dust, not the usual 40. Okay, maybe you find the 5 cards and then some dust that can go to 20 to 50, something like that. Something that helps you using the dust and create cards. so that you have to spend less time to play the deck you wanna play. Yeah, in fact, with Dust, there is, I think, the biggest problem of the game. Not actually of the game, but at least how people experience the game. You know, but I'm gonna explain it. These are the regular cards, these are the golden ones, and these are common, rare, epic, legendary. You always, when you're gonna dust your cards, you're always gonna lose more than half of the value of your card. And this, if you understand, is a really huge entropic system. You're always gonna lose when you dust your cards to create new cards. You're always gonna lose a lot of dust. A lot of your money gonna be wasted, and you will find always with a smaller collection. It's not really good, and it's not funny in a card game, losing cards to create other ones. It's like burning your efforts to create a collection. And it's something that I really don't like about the game. I think it should change in the future, because right now it doesn't help players, and most of all new players. In fact, to solve this problem of the packs, the events, the new expansion, they can solve this problem just making people pay every month an amount of money. Really easy. They give you all the cards, and then you're gonna play with them because you paid them. And then if there is some issue with the game, some decks are more strong than others, they can just nerf it. It's not a problem. You're not gonna waste your efforts to create a deck. You have just to think about new stuff to play, which is pretty funny, I think. While in the actual system, if they nerf something, you're gonna lose a lot of stuff, a lot of efforts that you put in the game. But now that we have talked about the, I think, weakest point of the game, we can talk about another topic that I think it's really problematic, which is cards. And this is something that always makes me feel strange about this game, because in a card game you want to create your collection, you want to find new cards, new card back, new stuff that you can use, and it's also just fine to look at them because you have put yourself into this, and now you have what you want. It's your collection. That's it, it's yours. In fact, you don't feel really satisfied in the game. Why? Because there are no achievements. This is one of the games with the less achievements I've ever played. That's a good point, actually, for Blizzard, because they kept me interested in the game. I'm still playing at it less, but I still look at Twitch or other people on YouTube just to see how it is developing the game. And that's a good point, but there are no achievements. And when you find the cards, or you get the card back of the season and all this stuff, you just don't feel anything. It's like it's not important. You just want more cards to play more because the meta is gonna change, and at least there are really few stuff that you can really do in the game, because they have changed the format of the adventures. You can try to reach legend or 12 wins in arena, or just there are some secret quests about collecting all the Marlocks and stuff like that. Not really exciting, I think. And that's it. The game is just go, play, try to win. It's really repetitive, and I understand why people after a while they choose to stop play. It's something that I can relate, because you always hear some guy on the internet talking about how the game is shitty. No, not really good. And that's, I think, because if you've lost an event or something or an adventure, it's difficult to experience that stuff. It's not that if something is in the game, it's always gonna be in the game. Like if you want to buy an adventure, you can't buy it from the game. You have to go into your account Blizzard. And if you want to have, like, you like a collection, you like to play with different heroes, you like the interaction there are with other heroes, and so like you want Tyrande, like a lot of people, you can't get it anymore. That's make you feel sad, I think. It's something that I don't like in a card game, which the main theme, the main topic is to collect stuff. In fact, it would be more interesting if in the game there are some hidden quests, and if you can fulfill them, you have the new hero, and it can be really interesting. Like there is the card Medieval, yeah, right. If you like an hypothesis, you win 200 games with a deck that have inside the Medieval. You get the Medieval hero. I think it could be really cool and interesting. People will be forced to play cards just because they can improve their collection. A really interesting thing to experiment, I think. Or just if you want the money, be honest. Just let people buy the heroes or other stuff inside the game. Really easy. If I want to play, like I always take this topic of Tyrande because I read a lot of comments about people having an issue with this. Just let people buy if they want to play with that hero. It's something that I feel really simple and clean, easy, and I don't understand why they're not changing the game to make people feel better about the game. Something that really bothers me. I really think about that, but maybe you have a solution that I can see, maybe? I don't know. And so now we talk about the main topic of the cards. The cards itself. Like, I've always played card games. Since Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, I always start playing the game because I like the pictures, the art on the cards. And that's something that for me and other players, I think it's really magnetic. It attracts people into a game. You say, oh yeah, look at this card, look at the art, it's so good. I want to see if it's strong in the game. It's something that everybody starts to think when they start playing a card game. While in Hearthstone, I don't really see that. Like there are cards like Rat, Shieldslem, Alexstrasza, and all are from the same artist, Swanland. A really cool one. I really like his works. And with other cards, I don't see, I'm sorry, the same level of craft. And that's, I think, it's a really big issue of the game. Because also, if we want to be honest, Hearthstone doesn't have the same limit of other card games. It's online, it's on a computer. Why when I get a legendary or a cool card, when I click on it in my collection, I can see the full art. That's something that really bothers me. I remember when I was playing against the Lich King, when you defeat it, you can see your hero turning into the Lich King. And you can see the full art that then is on the hero card. And to be honest, for me, it's like a loss. There is something in the game that you can enjoy, but just one time, just when you defeat the Lich King. Because you see, when I get a legendary, I just don't want to see that small dragon above it. I want to see and I want to feel something special. Like if I have conquered something important in the game, which is, but not, wait, not all legendaries are cool, but I want to feel something special when I get a legendary in a pack, because it's not common, it's not easy to get one. Right now I can feel some emotion just when I open a pack and inside of it there are two legendaries and one of them is gold. That's it, because I can enjoy to have a legendary, and then with the other one, the gold one, I can dust it to create the one legendary that I need to play the deck that I want. Easy. And nowadays, when I found a legendary, I just feel like, okay, yeah, I have 400 dust. No, not so important. And that is not something that can help people continuing playing the game, I think. Or at least I know. And then to conclude this topic, another issue that I feel, at least I don't know if it's a problem and bothers other ones, because I don't like how they are developing the new expansion. Let me explain. Like, I start seeing gameplays of the game when Gadgetzan came out, and I was really interested in the design of the expansion. 3 different teams fighting against each other's was really cool. All the class feel like an identity, and it was something that started to push me into the game. And then Angoro comes out, which for me is the best designed expansion of the game. It's so cool. There is a huge thematic that take all the 9 classes together, and each hero, each class has his own identity. And I really like about that. I was so satisfied with the game, with the visual aspect. And it was a joy to try to play. Always when I open a PAX, it's something new. I can see different cards, can see together them, then you can go in your collection and see, oh, look at these cards. It reminds me of the other one that I've found, and it was so cool to start collecting the Angoro cards. But then Frozen Throne expansion comes out, and it was still pretty cool. You can't really see the same accuracy as Angoro, but I really enjoyed the colors of Frozen Throne. It was so cool, and also it was kind of compensated by the hero cards. So good, such a good idea, something that you don't really see in other card games. I was really excited about that expansion. It was pretty cool to play with that cards. I really enjoyed that moment. But then, you know, we start the downfall. With Kobolds and Catacombs, you start feeling that are just different designs, ideas, and other stuff just put together to create the right number of cards to get a new expansion out. And okay, it can be fine, but because if I have to spend money on a card game, I want that the expansion and all the cards and the system, the formats are all well put together. And for me it's really important because it's the main reason why I play card games. That's why. I think that a lot of people can relate with that. And I hope that you understand what I'm feeling when I play Hearthstone. And I'm not really enjoying it. That's why. Because I know that it can be a lot better. That's why. It's not that it's a bad card game, it's just that it can be a lot better. And now we can talk about the last topic, the format of the game. Because if you are a new player, after at least 1 or 2 months, you can understand that there is just one format, which is the standard one. Everybody are playing it, Blizzard cares a lot about that, and if you wanna play with people, you wanna feel competitive, improve, that's the format you're gonna play. Because Hearthstone is a game that you have to spend a lot of hours on it to improve, to know all the interaction with the cards, to master the game basically. And you can't waste too much time on the other formats. That's why, if you're not really good in Arena, you're not gonna play Arena. And this is a bad situation for the game. In fact, I was remembering when I was playing Standard, when I reached rank 3, yeah, all the excitement of that format just disappeared. Because you realize that you make 3-4 strong decks, and then you have just to play, and then you're gonna reach Legend. That's something that normally you can feel also with different games. Like I remember when I played Clash Royale, you reach the Legend Arena, and then you don't have something that push you to play so much to the game. Yeah, they added some other arenas and other stuff, but after that you start enjoying a new aspect of the game. And in fact they were creating new formats for this kind of players. While in Hearthstone there is no variety. Or you play Standard, or you play Arena. Every week there is a Brawl, but yeah, you can try to play Adventures, but now there are no more Adventures. There are the kind of dungeon run, we can call it, but also they take a lot of time, and personally I don't really enjoy it. I prefer to play other aspect of the game, because after a while it just feels always the same, I feel. And this lack of variety in the game is not really good, because it can happen that you don't like the standard this month. You don't like some decks, you don't simply want to play against them or use them. And so you just quit the game for a month. It's better for you to quit the game for a month than try to improve in other formats or play other stuff in the game. You just play another game. That's why. Because if you're playing standard, you have to put so much effort. You have to disenchant your cards to have more dust to create the competitive decks, which are most of the times not the fun one. And then you try to climb, you try to reach Legend, and you will find that Blizzard is gonna nerf your deck. Or maybe your favorite deck. or something like that. And that's a big issue, I remember when, also about Tangoro, a lot of people start to playing Quest Rogue, which was a really powerful deck, but that it wasn't really interactive, and so Blizzard nerfed the quest of the rogue, and people start to re-enjoying the standard. But after 2 expansion, they give to the rogue class so many cards that interact with the quest that they had to nerf that card again. And so people find themselves craft the card in Angoro, disenchant it, and then they had to recraft and then again disenchant to still be competitive in the standard format. And they lost a lot of dust in that way, because they're gonna refund the dust of the nerfed cards. But normally people, if they wanna play a competitive deck, they're gonna craft other cards that synergize with that deck, and that's most of the times is a loss of dust, which is not really good, because you're gonna find with less possibilities to play other decks, and that's not really cool, because they always act like it's your problem that you're playing a really strong and competitive deck, and so they're gonna take away your deck from you like it's your fault. Like, I'm really sorry, you can't play with that deck, it supports Al-Qaeda, and shit like that. And about the standard, there is also a problem that I really don't like. Every time that a new expansion comes out, Blizzard try to push these strange archetypes that you are gonna see just the first day of the expansion, and then they disappear. It's like they are creating 10 cards that works in that expansion, and all the other stuff is just pack filler. Because, just after 1 or 2 weeks, you're gonna see the strong decks of the last season coming again. And so, or you have to live with this really strong opponent, or they're gonna nerf the deck. That's their solution. And that's why I suggest to give people all the cards. So if someone have to nerf something, it can be easier for everyone. You don't lose your cards in that way. And now we can try to analyze the other formats of the game. Arena, it's a really interesting format, and it's kind of well done. Actually, right now I try to play it, and it's one of the best moments for Arena. You kind of enjoys it, which is something really strange for me. That's because my issue with Arena is that it's a format just for really experienced players. If you start to play the game, it's like your first week, you have your free arena ticket, and you're just gonna not understand anything about that. It's really complicated. A lot of people, in fact, use Earth Arena. That's how it works Arena in Hearthstone. Just follow the instruction of Earth Arena, pick the best card, and then play the deck. Just few times you're gonna disagree with it. It's really simple. That's how it works. Hearthstone is gonna give you some cards. Some cards are really stronger than other cards. There are neutral cards that are so really strong, like Fungomancer or Bone Mare. These cards are really powerful. You have always to pick them. And that's not how you draft decks, I think, at least in other games. It's not really funny, but I have experienced some funny moments in Hearthstone and in Arena, like the double class arena they made last year. It was really funny to experiment something that you can't do in standard, because at least for me, Arena is just you're playing standard, but with less powerful cards. So during the first recording I completely forgot to speak about these ideas that I have about Arena. So I will try to be fast and to explain everything. I think right now Arena is really good for streamers, because they can do many runs, and when they find an interesting run they can highlight it on YouTube or other platform, but many players don't have the same time to spend on the game. So I don't think that right now Arena is really good for normal players and also skilled players that don't have the same time as streamers. Like, an idea that I have to improve Arena or just to create an event is that after you have picked up 25 cards, the last 5 you can choose to pick them from the 7 buckets, spending some points that are given to you, so that you are not encouraged to pick the best card, but just to choose some cards that can improve your experience with that deck and to try and create some synergies. Another idea that I had that can really improve the experience of players of Arena is that you pick 35 cards and after that you just discard 5 of them, so that it will be more easy to create a performing deck and not to just hope to find the most strong cards. And the last one of the ideas, I don't really like it, is just to trying to create a system where you can pick up cards that you previously discarded. But I'm not really sure about this, and I don't really know about that. So I think that these 3 ideas can really improve Arena or just create an event for a player like me who needs to experience something new about the game. And I think these the first 2 methods are better to reward skilled players and also players who are trying to improve in the game. I don't know, and so these are just my ideas about Arena. And so we can go back to the video. And you can experience the same situation also with the wild format. In wild format, a lot of times, if you're playing to low ranks, you're gonna see the same decks in the standard. And sorry if I repeat myself, but this is a huge lack of variety in the game, because every 3 months you're gonna find an archetype that is stronger than the others. Really simple. And that's it. It's gonna be so strong, so present that you're gonna see it in every format of the game. The only one where you can survive from this problem are the adventures. But the problem with at least old adventures give you cards, but the new dungeon run or the new puzzle game doesn't have any real achievement. At the end, if you complete everything, you have a card back. Really exciting. And so you will find yourself in this horrible cycle where you play standard, they nerf your deck, or maybe the deck you crafted wasn't so good, or simply the meta change, and you're gonna buy packs. You are gonna buy packs, and probably you're not gonna find the legendary that you need, and so you're gonna dust all your cards to create a powerful deck, and this is gonna to repeat. So you start playing in Arena to trying to get dust and gold, but it's something that really doesn't work for everyone. Like I said, you have to be really good to do that. So after a while you just quit the game for a few weeks and you try to restart all this cycle. And it's not really positive, because I think that a lot of people enter in this situation because they see the potential of the game. And that's how I'm gonna conclude this video for my new channel. This is just a test, but there are many issues with this game, but you feel all this anger and all this emotion because you care about that. You like the game and you know it's so easy to improve it. That is the biggest issue of Hearthstone for me. Just a little effort to change the experience of all the players. That's it. So, hope you enjoyed this video about Hearthstone, a game that I really enjoyed playing in the last year, and I think I will continue to play it. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna see what you are gonna write in the comments and try to make a new opinion about the game. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking right now. And as I said, this is just a test to see if this format is working, and I will try to upload more videos on the channel, mainly about games and cinema. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.